What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already joined the fam, please subscribe now as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Let's chop it up about these topics, as I'm always interested to know what y'all think about them. Let's get right into this word. Saul Canelo Alvarez, man. This man has made it a trend, made it, I guess, cool to be ducking and dodging all of the fights that the fans really want to see. And salute to Canelo, man. You know what I mean? I lived in Texas. The Latino representation was nothing short of a lot, and so and everybody supports Canelo when he has a fight. Man, it's a real holiday in the Latino communities. I got a lot of peers and friends that happens to be of Latino descent. So I've been to one of my boys' crib during the Canelo Alvarez fight. It is a party. It's definitely a party. And so the Latinos, they really come together for their boy Canelo Alvarez. And I'm not hating on them for it. You know what I mean? I'm not. But as a boxing fan, I got to call it how I see it. Canelo Alvarez is ducking, and this is getting nasty. And shout out to the IBF, man. Shout out to the IBF for stripping Canelo Alvarez. Now I'm not totally in agreement, for how everything transpired. As in the first place, Canelo should not have to have fought William Skull before he has to fight David Benavidez. Respectfully. Because Canelo has said everything as far as he not gonna fight another Mexican, and then turned around and fought another Mexican. He also said that David Benavidez hasn't fought any champions yet, and David Benavidez has fought several champions at this point, as well as won two belts, I believe, whilst waiting on this Canelo Alvarez fight. Um, and this is what he gets, you know what I mean? He's no longer undisputed at 168. Like I say, I'm not trying to hate on Canelo, as I am a fan of Canelo, man. I've been a fan of Canelo for a mighty long time, definitely, and I hate to sound casual, but that fight against Mayweather was really the fight that got me on the Canelo wave. Like, okay, I like this dude, I'm going to be checking for him. And so, he's had his battles. He's definitely one of the greats. But when it comes to nowadays, like, he's in the last stretch of his prime. Like, we're not going to be able to enjoy Canelo for another decade or two. You know what I mean? Decade and a half for sure. Let's see these, the mega fights, man. You know what I mean? You the cash cow, and respectfully, he's earned that. But at the same time, nobody want to see Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. I'm sorry. I just watched the fight with Berlanga. This man, how did he get the title? How did he get the shot? Other than Canelo Alvarez ducking the real competitors to fight, a tomato can, because that's what Edgar Berlanga is, man. I seen a spar tape. Now, I don't put much weight on spars, me personally, but I seen a spar tape with this dude getting tapped up, and this is his quote unquote training before he gets in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Like, we got to do better. You know what I'm saying, Saul? We got to do better, man. Nobody want to see you fight this dude respectfully. David Benavidez is up next. There's no reason in the world, no boxing reason anyway, why you have not faced David Benavidez. If there's a health issue, if there's something like that, all right, that's been undisclosed. Other than that, I got to think this is a confidence issue. You know what I mean? I think I'm starting to believe that Canelo Alvarez is legitimately scared of David Benavidez because he does everything except fight. He does everything except that fight with David Benavidez. The man even talking about fighting Crawford nowadays. When that first came up after Crawford beat Errol Spence, he said that he would never fight Terrence Crawford because he's a smaller guy and he didn't get any credit for Jamel Charlo, so he doesn't feel like he'll get any credit for Terrence Crawford, especially Terrence Crawford since he's coming up from welterweight. I remember all of that. Now he turning around 360 and talking about he thinking about the Terrence Crawford fight. All because, and I hate to say it because I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, and I'm a big fan of both of them dudes. But he's only entertaining that idea because he's running out of options, and he doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. You know what I mean? Let's be a buck. He's trying to draw some attention to this fight as well. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he changing his mind about Terrence Crawford. Nobody cares about Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. I'm sorry. And I love the whole, Mexican versus Puerto Rican fighters. I love the rivalry between those two because we got a lot of classic fights between those two classes of fighters. As both of them Mexican fighters got a legendary line of boxers, including Canelo, and so do the Puerto Rican line of boxers. But Edgar Berlanga ain't it. I'm sorry. The man's what 33-3. Like, it's nothing on his resume that say he ready. He ain't faced no champions. He ain't won no titles. I believe. I'm not sure, but even if Edgar Berlanga had a title, he wouldn't hold it long. That man is a walking punching bag, bro. The fight I watched of his, and I can't even recall what it was. Honestly, it just came up on my Twitter feed. Shout out to Artman, Artman Boxing, the group especially. But it came up on my Twitter feed. I believe Artman was the one that posted Art the Great. And it was Edgar Berlanga versus someone. The other guy's name is escaping me, and I'm really irritated that it's happening that way. It's Canosius, what is it, like Canosius or something like that? It was some with C, Canelo, Canosius, something like that. I know like the first little uh, 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 syllable was the same thing as Canelo because I was thinking if he can't beat this Canosius dude, he can't do nothing with Canelo. But that dude was piecing Edgar Berlanga up, and even put him down at one point in that fight. Just like, how did this dude get a shot against Canelo over David Morrell? You know what I mean? Respectfully, David Morrell and David Benavidez deserve their shot, and both of them have moved up to 175 because they tired of sitting around waiting on Canelo. Canelo doesn't have any more options. These are his two mandatories, I believe. His mandatory with the WNBA, the WBA, excuse me, was with David Morrell. So and people been calling for these fights. I believe these fights are even more have been more in the weight than his IBF fight with William Skull. I can't recall when the last time he defended the IBF fight. I don't even keep up with what exact title they defended or all that kind of stuff. Um, but anyway, Canelo ducking again. And I hate to even do this, but I gotta be, just. I gotta be fair in my reporting across the board. When Canelo was doing good, I gave him his praise, and this move right here is just uh, uh, another somber, you know, uh, moment in boxing where it's like, all right, we're gonna get a Canelo fight, but it's not the fight nobody wants to see. Nothing to get ready for really. You know what I mean? Me personally, I would be still probably hitting the parties or something if it was a fight that I wanted to see, and I really, really, if it was Canelo and David Benavidez, bro, I would go all out. I'll make sure I'm ready for that event. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's a good time. But with these fights, like with Jaime Munguia, I didn't even bootleg that fight. I should have. I wasn't paying any attention to the Jaime Munguia fight because I already knew what it was. I am a little interested in this fight because there's some people, some of my boxing mentors that I be chopping it up with behind the scenes. They've expressed that Edgar Berlanga may have a chance. So I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the fight, but I'm bootlegging. Shout out to the bootleg gang. If you need the link, let me know. Uh, but I'm gonna watch this fight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be entertained. I know for sure, as I'm expecting Canelo to go in there and wash this dude again. The fight I got to see of this guy, he was getting washed by the other guy, and I'm not trying to put no dirt on the other guy's name. Just not familiar with his boxing resume yet. But I'm not impressed at all with Edgar Berlanga. I'm just not. Nobody was talking about this dude. I'm in boxer Twitter quite often and a lot, and I don't ever see nobody talking about no Edgar Berlanga. So, Canelo Alvarez is bogus for this, man. Another bogus ducking foregone conclusion fight. We already know the outcome of this fight. You know what I mean? The reason why we love boxing is because we want to see two gladiators of high skill and high intelligence go at it, and we don't want to know the outcome of the fight, bro. This ain't the WWE. You ain't gotta know. We don't want to know if there is a script. You're not supposed to know there's a script in boxing, but they're making it obvious, especially Canelo, man, moving the way he's moving it. That's all I got to say about that, though. But it is your boy, Tony the Savant. Please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to know what y'all got to say about these topics. Once again, I'm Tony the Savant. Peace.